Where, oh, where is my Omega Sentinel? Oh, where can she be? I hope you enjoyed my singing. But we're here to talk about her because I really want to know what's going on. I kind of want to know what's going on with Nimrod too while we're at it. But so we're going to talk about both of them. But Omega Sentinel has had 13 phase 1 orbs. I'm pretty sure it's exactly 13. Now, full disclaimer that I have been really really lucky. In fact, I think that I've had 3 or 4 10 shard drops from the limited amount of orbs that we had. So I'm probably sitting in the top like 1%, honestly, of like most people probably don't even have this many shards. I would highly doubt that most people even have 15 shards. I just got incredibly lucky. But we're not here to talk about my luck. We're here to talk about just the character and where the hell is she? Where the hell is the phase 1? Because it seems like we got the 10 orbs from Kiln from that F up that they sent to the inbox. And then we had like 3 daily claims and then like nothing after that. I want to talk about the Omega Sentinel free claim that happened on Friday as well, and why I think maybe support has blacklisted me because I tried to get in touch with them and nothing materialized while everyone else was getting replies. So all that and more in today's video. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. So Omega Sentinel's activation, right? This is her kind of phase 1 milestone that I was kind of talking about here, where I've opened 13 orbs. You can see it right here because I made a bit of a deal about it, I think about 2 weeks ago when I first saw this, because it was like 1.1 milestone point per orb opened, right? And we got 10 orbs from everyone got 10 orbs from the kiln, the payout, regardless of where you were. And there just really hasn't been anything since then. But there has been Nimrod orbs, because if you go back and like Nimrod's been about 3 weeks and a bit. We'll take a look at that too. But I've opened way more orbs. I'm like almost at milestone 10, right? We've had, how many is that? Five per 10,000, so 50, 70 orbs. I've had 70 Nimrod orbs. Some of you might have a little bit more. I've missed a little bit of my daily Nimrod's calculation. Now, we have been told that this Nimrod's calculation, or sorry, not this one, sorry, the Orcus Overload, this one, is being replaced by an Oath version later on this week. So it feels like we're kind of just skipping over Omega Sentinel, right? So the Dark Future had the one that's just ending. I'm recording this on like Sunday afternoon. This one had Blade Orbs, right? We had Blade Night Stalker or Fragments. And the Night Raid, which is also happening on, well, later today, I guess, is also going to have that too. So we had Blade Phase 1 orbs. We had Nimrod Phase 1 orbs. I guess we're going to have Oath Phase 1 orbs. It could be kind of crap, actually, if it's just kind of the one daily orb, because I feel like that's all we got out of Nimrod. So is that what we're to expect out of Oath? That's highly possible. But where in the F is Omega Sentinel? We still got 29 days left, but you know, she's been out for 2 weeks or more now, and there's been like nothing. Actually, I haven't. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna get to use this because I don't have her unlocked, right? And so I need the full team at 3-star to even bother using a Quantum Cipher. Will I ever get her unlocked? I don't know. And I want to talk about something that happened on Friday, which maybe other people have talked about. And I saw this Reddit post, honestly, and it kind of got me thinking. Where to get the Transcendence orbs? Those are the Omega Sentinel orbs. Trying to keep up with all these events is hard enough. How the hell are we supposed to get these orbs? The event says open them. The orb says open these to advance in the event. Haven't even got level 1 yet. Yeah, you're right, because neither have I. And I would imagine that a lot of you have not hit milestone 1. It's absolutely crazy. Actually, in fact, Blade should be sitting at around a similar point, but he just came out, right? I'm at 12 out of 25, and he literally just came out. So I'm at the same progress on Blade as I am with Omega Sentinel, who's been out for over a week more. It's absolutely bonkers. So then it got me thinking about what's happened since Friday. Now, this is on my alt account. When I was clicking through on the Friday free claims on Friday with the blog and all that, I honestly did not even like think about what was showing up on the pop-up screens, and maybe some of you know, well, some of you definitely did notice that because I was notified later on that this was a $5 offer, or $7 Canadian. This was the follow-up offer to the Friday free claim, which gave 2,000 dead of Vampiric Frenzy, milestone points, and then 200 of the showcase energy, and then 5 Omega Sentinel core orbs. So this was pretty good value, right? As far as I'm not a spender really, other than passes on occasion, but this is actually pretty good value because this was the equivalent of like, yeah, I don't know, 3,300 cores, right? 675 times 5, just off the top of my head, somewhere around there. So this is pretty good for $5, and I would have bought this. And the idea was, or apparently, according to some of the other envoys, is that you could file a support ticket to try and get this offer. And a lot of people did end up getting this offer later by emailing support, telling them what happened, and then you would have to buy an equivalent offer of $5, and then show them the receipt of your purchase, and then they would do the exchange. That they would give you this stuff in exchange for you spending $5 elsewhere, or buying $5 worth of power cores or something like that, and that you'd be able to do the trade. So I contacted MSF support at their email address, msf-support@scopely.com, and I emailed them from my YouTube email, right? It has Boilon in the name. Maybe that's the mistake. I also included my player ID. I hadn't heard a response in 48 hours. And I thought that was weird because everyone else in my Discord was talking about it, how they had responses. Now, granted, some of them were a bit longer. Some people said that it took up to 14 hours, but I had been over 2 days and hadn't heard anything back from them. So I was like, okay. And then I emailed them from my personal email. Also include my player ID. However, I didn't have my, in the email address was not Boilon related. And I still didn't get a reply back. So I don't know if my player ID has been blacklisted from MSF support services. That seems strange, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if anyone else has tried this and just hasn't heard anything back. Now, what I thought would have been so much easier was that if they just had this either in game or on the web as a purchasable offer, because so many people are looking to get this that, yeah, it's of such great value that you could say they're losing money. They're not really losing money, because at the end of the day, if a bunch of people are spending $5 on an offer, that's still, that much more money that Scopely is going to pick up as a result of this mess up. So I feel like they should have just added it back into the offer store over the weekend or something like that, and then people would have seen it. Even if it's a one-time only purchase, that is something that people would have bought. If I was able to, I'm totally okay with buying $5, $10 offers if it's a good value. I don't go out of my way to buy like crap like this, right? Like these phase 1 orbs and things like this. But 5 core orbs, which probably was only meant to be 1 core orb, they probably screwed that up. But that's another issue. I would have purchased that, and I guess they're not getting my $5 or $7 Canadian. So I mean, I tried, but I just couldn't get it. So I don't know what's happening. Let me know if anyone else has had some struggles with this in the comments down below. But this made me get to thinking more broadly about these characters, right? And so I'm sure that some of you are familiar with the Boilon character spreadsheet. I bring this up every now and then. And I track the release dates of characters and various other things, of course. So the pre-release offer for Nimrod and Omega Sentinel, which was on 12th of September and the 20th of September. Now, Omega Sentinel does have... Oh, sorry, that's where I got the shards. I'm an idiot. It took me this long to figure out that Omega... When I looked at this, I was like, you know what? I think I picked up 20 shards from Omega Sentinel in the month long. But as far as the other orbs go, I'm still frustrated at this. I knew this. I was like, there's no way I pulled that many shards out of the phase 1 orbs. But it's only 50 shards, right? So where are we bridging the gap on the other 50 shards? Are we expected to pull for cores? Are we expected to get more of these phase 1 orbs? There's still, in my opinion, there's still a big question mark over a lot of this, because 50 shards is a huge departure when Gore got 100 shards in his September monthly for 3 weeks. So it was a 3-week event for 100 shards, and now we have a 5-week event with Omega Sentinel for 50 shards. I think that's crazy. I'm actually going to just put that in there as a note, 100 shards. Just so I know, we've gone from 100 shards to 50. It's garbage, in my opinion, right? I mean, come on, it's garbage. So Nimrod's been out for a while. He's a scroll over here. This is to days since release. So 24 days as of recording, 25 actually from Monday probably. Since Nimrod's come out, it'll be 17 days since Omega Sentinel has come out. And yes, okay, there's an event for Omega Sentinel. Okay, where's Nimrod then? So that's something that we don't know. You could be in a worse position for Nimrod if you haven't cored for either of these two characters because he doesn't have anything yet. Now, Sentinel did very well, right? Like he got an event after 13 days. This was pretty good. We were happy about that, and but there was a reason for that, and that was because of Kiln, because Kiln was coming back around. Now, as far as this patch and Night Stalkers, we're I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a Night Stalkers related event which would require 3 characters. I heard somewhere that Pocket Dimension might be coming back, and it might be an Orcus versus Night Stalkers kind of Pocket Dimension. In which case, Blade would be needed, at least or somebody's needed, right, of the new characters in order to use them there. And that's why I thought or thought that Blade is going to be that character. They seem to be doing the first character, right, like Sentinel, Gladiator. Although Gladiator took like a month, but regardless, that they made that statement saying that within 30 days. And technically, Nimrod. No, Nimrod's too late actually because Nimrod. Well, Sentinel was already that 30 days, but Nimrod's going to be well over 30 days at this point because by the time next week comes around, it's going to be 30 plus days already for Nimrod, and I don't know what's going on with him unless they're just making us wait for the Strike Pass. Which again, I started listing the Strike Pass dates because if they keep following every 2 weeks, we do in the data mines now have official confirmation that Thanos Endgame will be in the Strike Pass, right? So that's good, I guess. So from October 14th to October 28th, it's going to be Thanos. Presumably after that is Sentinel, but I don't know for sure because the RTA pass for Ares is expiring in 2 weeks, 2 weeks time. So I don't know what they're going to be doing with the RTA pass, if they're going to maybe alternate with some of the other newer characters as well, or if they're going to go into a new Ares, maybe Zombie Scarlet Witch is going to be the release through the pass. I really don't know. But I feel like there's so much convolution. Is that a word? Convolution? Convolute is a word. Is convolution a word? Where that they have so many characters ongoing at this time, and we're still pushing on, right? Oath is coming out on Wednesday. Nimrod's still up in the air. To be honest, Omega Sentinel's still a bit up in the air. And then Blade. And then so we're gonna have Oath, and then we're gonna be basically 4 characters deep, I would say, because Sentinel's by and large done and dusted. Nothing really to complain about here. But we're about 4 characters in, and there's no real pathway to Nimrod or the rest of the Omega Sentinel shards other than ponying up with your power cores. And I think that's a bit of the problem, is that they're not being clear about any of this, in my opinion. Right? Blade's not been out that long, but they're not being honest and communicative and transparent about expectations beyond 1 character within 30 days. That's it. 1 character from the team within 30 days. That's the only thing that they have bothered to say, and that kind of frustrates me a little bit because it doesn't make, and I guess that's part of the FOMO, right? They want us to blow our power cores on characters. Meanwhile, we're going to be having power core events like the one later on today where they want you to spend 400 power cores a day to clear, more or less, or to compete in the leaderboard, whatever the case is. So they're gouging us more and more in power cores without being transparent about the character releases and who it's going to be or where we're going to get the rest of the shards. Because yes, now that I remember, we do get Omegas, and probably someone's like shouting at me through the screen for not remembering that the month, wherever the hell the month long is now, Midnight Hunt, has Omega Sentinel shards. But it's just like it's a 35-day event or whatever. So I did pick up, how many have I picked up now? 20. So that's probably why it was so high. Yeah, so I picked up 20. So I got two 10 drops on Omega Sentinel actually. So that's going to help me get closer by the end of the month, right? I'm still missing 30 shards. So that's going to bring me up to 79. Then I could easily bridge the gap with power cores, but that's not really the point here. The point is that they've just changed the system so much that I think there's a lot of frustration going around, all around, in the community, and people aren't really that happy compared to what we used to be, right? Like when I mean used to, I mean like kind of Illuminati and pre-Illuminati, but even Illuminati was not that bad comparably to how things are now. Like that was actually okay, and this one's just it feels terrible in my opinion. Like we're 4 characters deep, and like some people don't even have those, right? People are just unlocking Thanos Endgame. It's absolutely wild. We're in a really crazy time right now in Marvel Strike Force, and I just want to share some of this with you, and also kind of get some thoughts from the community as well about how you feel about things with character releases right now too. So that's going to be it for me, everyone, and until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.